Alright, so here we have the old 84 Mustang, and if you follow me, you probably know that I'm trying to drive this car all through the winter just to prove that carbureted cars can be driven. Now, today here, it actually rained, and it's January. That's extremely out of the ordinary, but hit the Mustang with some pretty good puddles. Wanted to see how it'd handle it because I just figured out why not. So anyway, we came up with some weird stuff. I was getting what I assume I went through a puddle and it started running kind of rough, bucking at low RPM, and some funny stuff there. So I ended up popping the distributor and it had a bunch of moisture in it. And I cleaned that all out and it ran fine again. So I guess we're going to take a closer in-depth issue with this car. And I guess we'll use my F100 because it's dark out here. It gets dark at like 5 o'clock in the evening. So anyway, without further ado, let's go get a close-up look at a distributor and talk this over. Alright, so here we have the old 74 F100. Getting ready to pull the old 289 out of this truck. Kind of a hot little engine, solid lifter cam. Truck has a T5 5-speed in it, and it's been a pretty good truck. And it was the first engine I built back when I was in high school, and hence the 289 portion of my username. But anyway, she's coming out for a 351 Windsor swap, and we'll probably overhaul this and it'll land back in my old Galaxy. But taking a closer look here at our distributor, just talking about some of the issues that you have when you get water into your distributor and some of the issues with that. But first of all, I want to say that if it's just raining and or it's humid and you're having issues with your ignition, you have a problem. So you want to change your distributor cap, your wires. Now in my case, I was hitting puddles on purpose just to see how much that old rot stang out there could take. So, and eventually I finally had issues. But you know, you can see you don't have any sealing surface here in your distributor. So basically what happens when you get water in your distributors, it's causing a short circuit. It's like an easier path to ground. You have a tremendous amount of voltage flying around in here at such a rapid rate. And even what I saw on the rot stang distributor cap is it actually was causing corrosion on these posts. And I would assume that's because that water, it's getting so hot, there's so much electricity, it's actually creating like an atmosphere in there, and it like instantly corrodes out that brass. And I actually had to pull over the side of the road, take my knife and scratch that stuff out of there. And once I scraped the corrosion off, it ran fine. And this can also happen to your plug wires if they're old, kind of dry rotted, the rubber's hard. You can get that water up under the boot, and while that may not technically cause it to not have spark, over time that's going to again corrode that brass and you will lose spark through that plug wire. So another way to fix this if you're out on the road and it happens is I always carry around some WD-40 because, you know, who doesn't carry around a universal screwdriver, WD-40, duct tape and all that other stuff, zip ties and whatever. So anyway, I always have some of that stuff on me. So WD-40 literally stands for water displacement, and they got it right on the 40th time, I imagine. I'm not sure what the 40 stands for. Maybe you know, you can drop in the comments. I guess I could Google it. But anyway, back to the point, you can spray that into your distributor cap, and then you want to wipe out the excess because that stuff is flammable. And then you should be good. That'll also help you along. And if you have your corrosion issue, you can go ahead and scrape that out. Now, my problem with that remedy, which is an age-old remedy, what oftentimes happens is that water gets down in the body of the distributor. So after it runs for a little bit and gets hot, it'll start evaporating that water from the bottom of the distributor body, and again, it'll create that atmosphere issue. So once you have the issue, you want to make sure you go home and try and blow out your distributor with compressed air. Pull your cap off. You know, make sure you're not blowing any of your wires off, but try and get all that good and blown out of there. So it'll takes some time. And again, usually this isn't going to happen if you have good components, if you keep up with your maintenance, or unless you go through just a massive puddle like an idiot, like I did. But again, I just wanted to see what happened so I can give you guys some useful information. So anyway, that's really all I got for you today. That's a pretty short video for me lately, but yeah, anyway, if you have symptoms where it gets humid or it's raining and your engine starts bucking and running poor, especially at low RPM, those are some of the things to definitely check into. Moisture has always never been your friend with electricals, and it's the same with your engine. And Ford decided to do the lovely service of putting the distributor right in front. So where Chevrolet is a slightly better design in my opinion, where it's in the back, so when it's raining, you know, the Ford's going to suck all this water through the radiator and the fan is going to throw it on your distributor. And if your parts are old and worn out, obviously you're going to have this water issue, where the Chevrolet can have a worn out distributor cap and wires and whatnot, and it's a little bit more protected in the back of the engine. So again, that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you learned something, and you know, if you ever have trouble out in the rain, that's definitely something to look into. So there you go.